Watching television the other night, we were skimming through the BBC iPlayer and we found a series on BBC One that had been broadcast a wee while ago called Noughts and Crosses. The TV series is based on a young adult novel written about 20 years ago by Mallory Blackman. I first came across the book when our kids read it as part of their school curriculum. The series is set in an alternative present, where Europe had been colonised by the African Empire over 700 years ago. And at that time, white Europeans became slaves to their black owners. In the story, set in contemporary London, black people are wealthy and hold all the positions of power, and white people, though freed from slavery, are poor workers with few rights and are brutalised by a racist black police force. Every nuance of the stereotypes of present-day life for black inner-city dwellers are turned on their head. For example, the advertising posters all show African faces on the models. The architecture of the civic buildings is African in design. Band-Aid plasters are dark brown to tone in with African skin colourings, and they stand out on a white finger. And of course there is stop and search of white youths. In every scene, people are treated differently according to their skin colour. The series isn't only a dramatisation of endemic racism in a segregated society, but is also about power and wealth. We see the contrast between powerful, wealthy people and those who are powerless and poor. Such divisions exist irrespective of skin colour. Against this bleak background, there is a Romeo and Juliet type love story between a boy and a girl from the opposite sides of this deep divide. I found the programmes challenging and sometimes not always easy to watch, but it certainly made me think about my attitudes. What sort of society do we want to live in? How do we treat people? Do we make assumptions based on a first glance? Do we have unconscious, subconscious prejudices that we are seldom aware of? Perhaps, having watched that series, I now begin to understand a little more about the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, that's my thought for today, and stay safe, and I'll be back with the service on Sunday.